Sorry, I got Danny DeVito's dumbass back here screaming through the TV. Turn him down real quick. Alright, this is what the cylinder is looking like. Doesn't help too. I can tell that when it was put in, it wasn't prepped really. There we go. Okay, so you can see there's some thin, light scratches, but all of the scratches that I can find, even the ones that look the deepest, I can't catch them with my fingernail. And I've done metal working for about 10 years. I actually worked sheet metal and aircraft. And so I'm pretty familiar with working metals. I mean, I do mostly work with aluminum, but I've done a lot of steel work too, as well as titanium and some other things. And the rule of thumb generally that I've always been taught is that as far as surface prep and surface quality, scratches are inevitable, but if you can't catch them with your fingernail, it's usually something that's not something that you really need to go back and try to fix. So I'm going to go ahead and take that rule of thumb with this cylinder. I'm going to go ahead and reuse this one. Because, yeah, I think I can. So I think the only thing I have to really replace on this, from what I'm seeing so far, is going to be this crankshaft. Because of this. Obviously, no bueno. And this, yeah, fried, cooked. So the AF05 will be getting built back up. Yeah. Cool thing is, it already had a Polini variator on it. So that's pretty neat. Actually got some rollers I'm going to play around with. So yeah, that's next on the list. But the thing that I keep getting in trouble with these scooters is I get a little in over my head because I get 4 or 5 of them in here at a time, and I like to try to do them all at once, which kind of works out sometimes too favorably because yeah, while I'm waiting on parts and stuff to come in the mail for one, I can go ahead and work on another one, or you know what I mean. So yeah, my one's broke down waiting on parts, I have another one I can ride. So yeah, pretty cool deal. This right here, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing. This is a Yamaha Raz. It runs and everything fine. It's just slow as shit. I don't think I've ridden a slower scooter, maybe rather than the Tao Taos. I know Yamaha does make some good scooters, but this was definitely not one of them. I've read online bad things about this scooter. I mean, they not about reliability, but they're just slow. They're known for being slow. This was an 87. The motor's set up quite a bit different than what they were in the 90s, and I think it's just a cheaper model too. They're maybe their base model that they made in the 80s. And so yeah, I tried to trick it out and clean it up the best I can, but I think I'm about to put this up for sale because not even my son, he doesn't even like to ride it. It's even too slow for him, and he's only 12. So my girl might like to ride it, but I'm gonna force her to graduate to something a little more stout with a little more beef to it. So yeah, the AF05 is going to be my next project, which will be going back in here. The SR Elite, which is what it came out of. This is a genuine SR Elite. Unlike my Dio, it's not a genuine Dio SR. It's actually a SA50. But I just kind of like the green stickers and stuff. And the green and blue theme was just something I kind of picked randomly. Can't really decide if I like it or not, but I did take my time with it and try to put in a lot of work and make it come out real good. So I like it. I think I could have did a cooler color scheme really, but as far as how it turned out, I think I did alright. So yeah, this bad boys too is going to be getting fixed up soon. I'm getting back on the road actually about a month or two ago, about a month and a half ago. I was yeah, trying to avoid getting pulled over and decided to try to, you know, get out ahead of them a little bit. And I came rapping down a residential street, and it had a S curve in it when I thought it only had just a regular little curve. And yeah, the S curve, I got halfway through the middle and it kinked so hard that I basically flew right into the side of the curb, and it threw me off. And I went flying over the handlebars, the bike completely flipped over, and yeah, broke my collarbone. Had to spend 2 days in the hospital, but I did avoid going to jail because I had to spend time in the hospital, so that was good, I guess. Although I do have a court date, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, this thing's a beast. I've had it up to about 160 before. Yeah, I'll probably never sell this bike, to be honest, unless it's just totaled. Even right now, it's wrecked, but it's fixable. New fairings, new front fairing stay right here, new clip-on, yeah, new cluster, a couple new sliders, and a new rear set down there. And this will be basically almost good to go. Oh yeah, I've never seen anything like this. So somehow when I wrecked, the back tire got off the bead and went flat, as well as, look at this, both of the back rear footrests are flared out. I could understand one side, you know, like the swing arm would fly up and flare one side out, but I don't know how it flared out both sides. It's crazy. I mean, the tire's not that wide, I don't think, but yeah, it's kind of nuts. I've never seen anything like that before. And again, I haven't been in a lot of wrecks, but I just thought that was crazy. Sucks because these plastics weren't but maybe a few months old, and I thought they looked really dope. I've gotten so many compliments on this bike, it's crazy. Everywhere I go on this bike, even my girl says something about it. She's like, oh my god, I thought you were lying and making it up that people really do just like never stop complimenting a bike, but they never do. Everywhere we go, as soon as you get off of it, as soon as you get on it, somebody always has something to say about it. But yeah, she'll be back again. Just a new reason to get to pick out some new fairings and put a new look on the bike, so I'm kind of excited for that. This bad boy right here, I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of critics on this one, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to pursue it to the max and go ahead and put a sick build on this. Yes, it's the Chuckish. It's not a genuine Honda. Has a QMB motor on it, which I've never really tried a big bore kit on one of these, but I have this one on the way in the mail. I had to order a new cylinder for it anyways, because the guy before me freaking mauled these holes out that the exhaust goes into, and they weren't salvageable. So, and the heads are so cheap, I was just gonna order a new one. And I got on there and was looking, and the big board kit was so cheap, as well as everything it comes with to complete the whole thing: the cylinder, the cams, all that, the exhaust, the carb, everything. It was like $180 or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to build that up and see if we can get it to at least do 40, because I know all these Chinese scooters, I think they usually top out like 25-30 miles an hour best. So this thing does look pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and try to trick it out, see if I can get up over 40 miles an hour or so. 50 would be a dream. That'd be awesome. But we'll see how that goes. So yeah, the Chuckish, the SA50, my SA right here, is my baby. The old Rizzy Raz, fucking Jizzy Jazz. Yeah, she probably won't be around too much longer. But then the SR the Elite's gonna be dope when I get it done and get the AF05 on there, tricked out, big bore kit. Yeah, probably gonna roll with a Polini carb again. That's actually where that Polini carb came from, was off of this. So I'm gonna have to get another carb to replace it. But yeah, and that's that. I do need to get front disc brakes on both of these. But man, that whole little job is just pricey for really what you're getting. I mean, the front disc brakes are definitely cool, definitely neat to have, and probably worth the investment. But I've just been investing in mechanical improvements first that are actually going to make speed and performance, and hopefully when I get done with that, I'll start worrying about things that make it feel safer and more comfortable as far as suspension and braking. So yeah, that'll be the direction we go with that.